This is TWiT.
Shane Sonderman.
That bust.
Oh,
Sorry.
man. All right. Well, there's a guy named Sparky Herring.
This guy's a hero.
Bethpage,
if you ever
Tennessee.
used Fidonet, this guy was an absolute hero. He invented the format that made it possible.
QWK.
And to die in this way is just shameful.
Yeah. I didn't realize that. So, yes, he is absolutely... I was a Fidonet sysop. He's absolutely... It's a shameful thing. He had the Twitter handle @Tennessee, which is, it turns out, a hot handle. Short handles are hot, and I guess things like @Tennessee. This kid, Shane Sonderman, wanted the username, contacted Sparky. He said, "No, you can't have my name." So the kid hired or recruited a group of friends to harass him. They sent him a bunch of unwanted pizzas. And then things got deadly. On April 27th last year, a minor in Britain who is not identified because he's a minor called law enforcement in Bethpage, Tennessee, claimed that Herring had killed a woman and set up booby-trap bombs at his home, so he was being swatted. So cops rushed to his door. Sparky grabbed a firearm because he thought they were trespassers. When he realized there were police officers in his home, he dropped it. He went out of the house with a gun, his daughter said, because he heard someone was on his property. He sees all these cops around him. They ask, "Are you Mark Herring? Put your hands up." He tosses the gun away from him to show he's not a threat, puts his hands up, and suffers a massive heart attack and dies.
They killed him.
They killed him.
I'm sorry. They just... And I was glad that he got the sentence that he did, because this is just...
Well, Sonderman, who was a minor, since turned 18, was arrested immediately next month, pled guilty in March to a federal charge of conspiracy, 5 years in federal prison.
Unfortunately, his family are going to have to deal with this for the rest of their lives.
Yeah.
You know,
get federal
is not a
prison
joke. We've had deaths like this before.
Well, maybe it's not federal. I'm just saying.
Okay, good.
Let me see.
I don't want to go into the nice prison. I want to go in regular prison.
Jail, man. They want county jail.
Yeah.
I'm thinking it's a federal offense, but I don't see that. So
yeah.
Unfortunately, the kid who made the call will probably never be known because he is a minor. It's not the first time somebody has died from a swatting attack. It's a terrible thing to do. It uses
2017, some guy that was even worse because they'd swatted the wrong address, and some guy who comes out having no idea what's going on and got shot straight through the chest. And swatting is serious business, and this is getting people killed. Don't get me started on American police procedures, but in this case, it wasn't a shooting case; it was a heart attack. But even so, it was just heartrending.
When we got swatted some years ago,
reactive
when we got swatted
become, right?
some years ago, the Petaluma police did not take it very seriously. A couple of guys came over. They said,
"Hang on,
hey,
you got swatted in Petaluma?"
Yeah, in our studio. Yeah.
Oh, good grief.
Yeah.
But hang on, everyone knows you there. It's just like, really?
Maybe that's why.
Leo's gone nuts with a gun. Yeah, right.
Yeah, I mean,
how much have you had to drink,
The
mate?
guy didn't say it was me. The guy said, "I have shot everybody in the studio and planted bombs in the studio."
Oh.
I've heard the recording of the kid. And the police, a couple of guys came over, said, "We got this thing. Is everything okay here?" And we said, "Yeah." But you know what? We evacuated the building. They got dogs and sniffed the whole place. They took it seriously enough, but they didn't threaten our lives, thank goodness. The problem is in a lot of jurisdictions, the police are highly militarized. They've got military weapons, military gear, and sometimes they can be very aggressive in these, trying to save lives, obviously. In this case, they cost a life, and a life of somebody who was pretty important to us.
I do have to say, my interactions with the police in this country leave me a bit... you don't have great police here. You don't have really good professional police. I mean, I never thought I'd miss British police, but my goodness, they're at least a bit more professional about this.
Yeah. Ask Owen about that one.
Oh, no point in getting me ramped up. I mean, there's It's just like everything else. The world is a beautiful, crappy place. I've met cops that I would invite over for dinner, and I've had other cops put guns in my face over some chips, and I'm like, wait, what are we doing? Like, what is going on? So it's a mixed bag, but the bag is too mixed in a bad direction right now. So it is what it is. That's why I live in a bat cave and no one can find me. And I use all my tax loopholes, Uncle Leo. You got to get on board, Uncle Leo. You got to start hiding out. You know what I mean? Incorporate everything. You own too much stuff with your name on it, Uncle Leo. Your socks should be bought by TWiT. Okay,
this is actually a problem because at least in the U.S. Buying a house is a public record, and people can easily find that information online.
My homes aren't in my name. My car's not in my name. I don't own anything. My phone's not in my name. Like you got to look for me. My driver's license isn't to my address. Like when the cops show up looking for me, they're like, "Where is this man?" I'm like, "Call him on the phone. I'll come to you." That's how I live my life.
We should maybe
send him a message.
Maybe we should mention that Sparky Herring was the creator of Sparkware and Quick Mail, QWIK Mail. And as a FinoNet sysop, I was well aware of that because it was in a way the first news reader. It let you log onto a billboard, download everything, then log off. And, in my day, I had one line and then I felt great. I got 2 lines on my billboard, on my bulletin board, but it was pretty hard to get in. So if you got in, you want to get everything and get off as quickly as you could. And that's basically why he created it. He was harassed. I haven't even gone into all the things that they did to him. He was harassed.
No, I mean he was a really good bloke. He was a great coder, and to end like this is just heartbreaking.
Yeah. Sorry, Sparky, but we won't forget. And I'm glad this son of a bitch is in jail.